Do you still snog? French kiss.
Oh, absolutely.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm
Where's the
glad.
fun without it?
Exactly. Exactly. Good news. And then could you tell me about your first love or your big love in 3 words?
Weird, queer, and ethnic. I'm with my current partner. He's the one that I feel is the absolute one.
That's great. And how important do you think music is in one's love life?
I would say it's pretty predominant, actually. There's an old phrase that I once heard from a music teacher of mine. Rhythm begat music, music begat everything else.
Ah, yeah,
So I feel it
that I
plays a lot
love.
into it because, if you have common ground in music, you have common ground just about anywhere.
True. Very true. Very, very true. Yeah, I love that. I love that. And how important do you think dance is to one's relationship?
Well, considering I have two left feet, um, I feel dancing is important, even if it's just, slight bob and sway.
Yeah,
It's that it doesn't have to be about the dance. It's just the intimacy behind it.
that's very true.
You don't have to, you don't have to be a Britney Spears or a Dua Lipa when it comes to extreme choreography. But if the mood is right and the energy is right, just a simple bob and sway.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. And is any of your music when you're playing, is there one specific song that brings you back to that feeling of falling in love and butterflies in your stomach?
Ooh, there are some that are associated with different ex-boyfriends that I just refuse to play because they were toxic relationships. But there are. I'm trying to think of one. I think the one it's going to sound kind of weird because it's actually the antipathy of love, but it's it must have been love from Roxette.
Oh, yes. It must have been. I love
That's
that
the one. Yeah,
one.
I don't know why, but like it's kind of a comfort to me because I think for me the way it symbolizes is the past relationships were like it must have been love, but it's over now because I got something better now.
Yeah, but I love that. It's very true, actually. It is very much. And then it's a positive, even though it's ended, it's been a positive thing, which I
Oh
think
yeah,
is really beautiful. Yeah, I love that. That's a very good, it's actually a very good thing for everyone to think, that it was love and it was something special. So yes, it is over, but it's still a good memory.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
just because something ends doesn't mean you can't forget the memories behind it.
No, and you won't. I mean, it does stay with you. If you love someone,
Yeah.
they have a place in your heart.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's beautiful. Beautiful message to everyone. Everyone, listen. No, because often you kind of think about it in a sad way or like brokenhearted. But no, it's true. It should be actually something more beautiful and positive.
That's very true. But also, a lot of people have forgotten the art of positive manifestation, positive affirmations. So you can look at something that at face value would be in a negative context. But if you look at it from a different angle or a different mind state, you realize, oh, it's just referring to something that happened. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be toxic. It doesn't have to make me depressed. It doesn't have to govern me. It's just, okay, this is what happened. Let's see what the future holds.
Very good. Very good. No, we have to keep positive. Life is too short to be negative, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And if you want anything like that, if you want depression, just go to any street corner. You'll find people who are not happy with life and just want to exude it.
And the one of the songs that really you want to get up there and dance with everyone or
The one song
many.
that the one no, there's many songs that I would do that too, but the one song that I play, it's Debbie Holiday's song Dive. I
Mm.
play Chris Cox's mix of it. It's basically the verse line is, the first one is it's 4 a.m. and you hate your life. And, it goes on about like the negative things in life. But the chorus line says, but it's a great big world and we're still alive.
Oh,
So it's
yes.
like things seem kind of like they're going down this tunnel of negativity. But in the end, there's always a light. You just have to look for it. It may be a
Very
small
true.
pinprick to start with, but you have to look for it.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's always a light in the tunnel.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that's wonderful. And I saw that you were in Nashville.
Yes, I lived in Nashville before I lived in Chicago. I was there for about 11 years. That's where my DJ career started. I
Ah,
was brought back to a new venue that just opened up, I want to say within the last year. I had never worked for them before, but once I got in there, I realized I had worked with the owner and one of the managers. The owner used to book me for the Nashville Beer Festival. So
oh, fun.
I would DJ that. And then the social media manager is actually a friend of mine from my old bar days of working at the other bars that I worked at in Nashville.
That's amazing. That's so cool. I mean, I also love country music. So Nashville is really a place that I would love to go one day, definitely. But I'd love to
Definitely.
perform, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
But it,
even if you go just to network in with the country music people and whatnot, it's always a fun time. Country music, I will admit, is not my strong point.
no.
But I was never really exposed to it as a child. I grew up in Los Angeles. So
Okay.
my music taste was very eclectic for a kid. It was, Susie and the Banshees. It was Roxette. It was Joan Jett. It was the Ramones. It was the punk, industrial, and European pop of the 80s and 90s is what I grew up on.
Yeah,
So
it's
it
cool.
was a very, very different feel.
Yeah. So you go back a bit to Nashville, no, to Los Angeles?
I've only been back twice in the past 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Um, One was for my brother's wedding in 2016, and then the other one was because I DJ'd in Palm Springs in 2015, 2014. When I'm in California, I typically go to San Francisco because I'm booked there about once every 3 months or so.
Which is also a great place.
Oh, it's a wonderful place. If it wasn't so
Yeah.
expensive, I would live there.
Yeah, it's very pretty. Very pretty. But I love Los Angeles as well. But Chicago I haven't been. Nashville I haven't been. But yeah, San Francisco and Los Angeles are really beautiful. But that's so fun that you get to travel, around with your music and your work. So how did it all start?
It kind of as a joke from a friend, really. I started as a video editor for, I was actually about 20 years ago, so I was still in middle school, high school about that time. Friends of mine and I used to just record silly, goofy videos, and then we'd throw them into the computer and edit them. Well, that rolled over into my adulthood, and I started editing remix videos once I started meeting video jockeys. And I gradually progressed into working with record labels for it. And between them and my friends going, you love remixes so much and you do this, why don't you just become a DJ? It was meant as a joke, but I kind of took my cue from nature and I haven't looked back.
Fantastic. Well, it was meant to happen. It was meant to be. Often in life, if it's not an easy path, but it kind of, open
The
doors, it's
the
kind of
path
meant to be.
Yeah, it was a kismet thing. It was technically the path of least resistance. I just didn't realize it. It
No.
was just kind of right place, right time, and right mind state to go, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, great, great. I would love to hear what you are going up to next. I mean, what is the next project?
I've got several mashups that are coming down the line. I have video editing that I've been doing. I've been working with a few different big names in the music industry. I just finished one for Leanne Rhymes. I also have done stuff recently for Ultranate and a few other dance music names. As far as the next thing that comes down the line is probably going to be Halloween. We are doing a Tim Burton themed event. So it's all Tim Burton's
Ooh.
movies. Um, It'll be Nightmare Before Christmas. It'll be Edward Scissorhands, Batman, all the things that he's done.
Amazing.
And it'll have drag queens, it'll have entertainers, and it'll be one giant party. And that's kind of my next
Wow.
big thing that I'm looking forward to.
That sounds fabulous. Where is that going to be?
It'll be here in Chicago. It'll be
Okay.
at a place called the Lark. It's a bar and restaurant, but it's a big venue space also. So they do drag brunches, they do special events, they cater weddings and different company events and things like that.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I would love to be there. I would love
I'll
to
make sure to
be
send
there.
pictures.
Thank you. Please, please, please. And how does the word music make you feel?
Giddy as a schoolgirl.
No.
Yeah, I funny thing about me is contrary to what people see me as now, I was trained to be a classical singer and opera singer many, many years ago. I stopped when I was 20, so it's been about 16 years. Um, but music's always been part of my life. I've been part of choirs since I was 4. Different music ensembles all throughout middle school and high school. Then a little bit into college. But I had a partner at the time who was very toxic, and he used to make fun of me for singing. And I was young, I was stupid, I was impressionable. I didn't have a grasp on what the world around me really was, because I started dating him when I was 18, and he was my world at that point. But at the same time, I never let music escape my life. I may have stopped singing, but I was still listening to all different kinds of music, and then gradually became a DJ. So it may have
But it's
been
not too late. It's
oh
not
no
too
no
late.
it's not too late, and friends of mine have asked me to sing on tracks for them. I just
Yeah.
need to get comfortable in front of a microphone again. But also, even if I don't sing again, maybe that was the world's way of saying, no, this maybe isn't meant for you. Let's try this route. And that's how I became a DJ.
Yeah.
It may not be something that I'll do, but I'm still in music, and the world around me is still associated with music. So I'm happy where I'm at regardless.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. I can't imagine life without music. It would be very sad. I
Exactly.
actually interviewed this wonderful designer from Afghanistan, and she told me, that they're not allowed to listen to music. It's illegal with the new, yeah, it's crazy. I just can't imagine that.
I couldn't imagine that either. It's too
No.
integral in my life, and it always has been.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
at the same
absolutely.
time, there's not much they can do about it because it's law.
Very, very awful. But I am so happy that you're continuing with music, and I don't think it's too late to sing. I might actually, because I'm writing this, I also sing a bit of opera. And I don't know if you heard my song, Warrior.
Yes, I remember the song.
Yes, it's quite, and I'm thinking I would love to make like a techno opera. That's what I would love to do. So I
Funny
might
you mention
contact you
that.
for that.
Funny you mention that. There are people that have been doing not so much techno opera, but techno symphony, um,
Hmm.
where they're doing, the Four Seasons suites to a techno beat. They're doing, um, I think one of them even included toccata and fugue in D minor in bits of the song. It's not unheard of, but it's not forefront. So it may be a different vein to try and pursue also. Mhm.
I imagine, all the violinists and all the, I imagine something. Yeah, so I might catch you up on this one.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see how the crowd reacts to it, because it's stuff that
Mhm.
people know for the most part, and it's just we don't think about it much.
Yeah, I think it could be quite powerful. And I see actually with my song Warrior, like the people, it kind of gets them that energy. Like some people I played it for, they kind of pick up a chair and, it's kind of,
Yeah,
yeah, no, it is quite powerful.
my belief is music is the strongest force. It's the one thing apart from certain medications that can sway emotion.
So true. Oh, but it was so lovely to speak with you. Thank you for taking the time.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's been
Yeah,
a
no, it's
pleasure.
wonderful. And I was so excited to see the photos of the Halloween. I'm very
I'll,
jealous. I wish I
I'll
could be there.
I'll make sure to send photos and videos for you. It'll be
Please,
a fun
please.
time. So
It sounds amazing. And have a wonderful day.
thank you. You too. You take care.